How's it going, everyone? Machine Gun Hunt here, and today I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Beyond Light. Basically, this is gonna be an interview slash like first impression with Beyond Light, and yeah, I'm basically gonna separate it into three parts. So first, let's discuss the big thing here, the campaign. So, campaign is about us, the Guardian, who went to Europa because after the Traveler got fully restored, the darkness has taken over. So basically, we're at a reconnaissance mission to find any survivors or see what's going on out there and what's going on about and all that, right? So this is happening, Mars, Titan has been gone, Mercury is like gone, like everything is just gone, right? Except for a few places. So basically, everyone's in survival mode. There's a huge tragedy going on, and we're in Europa. So suddenly, what happens is Varix, like the absolute mad lad Varix, came by and say, "Hey, I need some help because there's something going on in Europa." And he wasn't kidding. There are a bunch of fallen that want to not only destroy the Traveler because if you read the lore, they have some history with the Traveler, and Traveler basically left them to the dust when they needed them most. They also have started wielding the darkness, this new type of weapon called Stasis. Now, Stasis is a new elemental type for damage. And if you see right here, you're probably going to see some gameplay of Stasis. It's basically freezing, slowing down, making people weaker, yada yada. Really cool subclasses in PvP altogether. However, we will talk about PvP in a moment. So, our job is to go ahead and fight Aramis and the Fallen who are using Stasis because if they build an army and get to Earth, then it's going to be a catastrophe. So, long story short, we fight the lieutenants and the councils of Emerus, and we're able to go ahead and take her out. And thanks to Varix's help, we're able to do this. But now, here's the big problem. In order to defeat Emerus, we had to use the same weapons that Emerus is using. And that is Stasis, that is the darkness. And the Ghost is very, very, very concerned of us using the same weapon as they are. Because, we're Guardians. We use the light to fight. So now we're using the darkness. So, yeah, basically, the campaign itself is good. Me personally, I do like it more than the Shadowkeep DLC campaign. It felt a little bit longer. There's definitely some more like foreign things going on because me personally as a year one player, I understand what the moon is. I do like the additions. I do love the new activities you could do. But Europa itself is absolutely beautiful. There is new things to explore. There is it's basically confirmed at this point that 60 to 70% of the stuff that we have already 60 to 70% of Europa right now hasn't been revealed yet. So there's loads of more content that's going to happen later on as the expansion goes by. So campaign is awesome. I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. Campaign is really cool. Okay. Now the gameplay aspects of all that. Okay. Now I do love the changes that they have made. Okay. I felt like all the weapon balances has been a lot better compared to what we had in season of Arrivals. So really good. I love how they did the mods, except for one thing. Again, we'll get back to it. I love how they did the weapons. Hand cannons still feel good even after a few adjustments or nerfs. Auto rifles still feel good even though they have been nerfed. And even pulse rifles feel good as well. I personally think that's going to be the meta for now. And everything just feels great. I love the balancing of everything, at least weapon-wise. I think they did a great job. Only thing they need to do is just buff scout rifles, just straight up. So yeah, I do love that. Now, here is going to be some big things, okay? Now, of course, with every expansion, there's going to be some glitches, okay? Me personally, I love glitches, okay? It just makes the game more interesting. You know, loot caves, freaking glitches that make you do ridiculous things. There's even to a point where some of these glitches are so bad that it's totally OP. For example, one glitch that's going on right now is that there is some weird like damage stuff going on with Witherhoard. So Witherhoard is not usable anymore because Bungie has basically deactivated us from using it. I'm pretty sure this is going to be ending by the time the raid comes out and once World First is announced. So it looks like Witherhoard is not going to be an option, which is disappointing. Also, apparently there has been some issues with bounties as well. So the thing is, they got rid of bounties, repeatable bounties for the moon. Only problem is this glitch is also happening all over. So that means like freaking Gambit, freaking Vanguard, freaking Crucible, also even with Varix and his bounties. So those are going to be those could be taken advantage of as well. So far they haven't got rid of those bounties, which is all right. And yeah, those could definitely be adjusted. Also, Trials is not available right now due to some of these insane glitches. So that means the Crucible people are disappointed. And again, they get backstabbed all over the place with PvP. The PvP people don't get love. I understand that, guys. I really do. But give it some time, okay? Also, the meta is a bit unbalanced. I'm just gonna say it straight up. The subclasses, uh, people do not like to be frozen or slowed, and it does give people an advantage, and even takes them out of their super as well. So, there is definitely gonna be some adjustments there. Hopefully, it will come as quickly as possible. And all I have to say, guys, is just give it a while. Once we get used to it, then we'll finally get what's going on. It's just like Super Smash Bros. Once a new character pops up, everyone says it's OP, but then once, after a few weeks, we get to feel the character, then we can officially put it on the tier list. So I feel this is going to be the exact same thing. There's going to be some things that are going to be great, some things not so great with Stasis, so please give it some time, and then we'll go ahead and adjust it. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to deal with like freezing and basically getting to the point where it's not going to be much of a hassle. So simply the first thing you want to do is just straight up avoid these attacks. You know, what's the best defense against a certain attack? Don't be in a situation where you get into it at all. So just make sure you keep your movement about, keep going to the point where you want to be elusive like a snake, and just go ahead and defeat your opponents and make sure that you're hard to kill. I know that does take some skill, but I believe in you guys. Honestly, there's some great people who could do some great Crucible stuff. Then I personally believe you could go ahead and prove yourself as well. Now, there's also a few other things. Now, I'm pretty sure they changed some things going on. Like, obviously, when you get frozen, you press a certain button in order to get out of it. I'm pretty sure they changed it from holding to tapping the button. Now, this is important. When you break free, you're automatically going to take some damage. So there's two ways of dealing with this. One, if the person is far away from you or you have some cover, what you can simply do is get out of it as quickly as possible, take damage, and then you, depending on what your subclass is, you can react immediately by using your class ability. So with Titan, that means using your barrier so you have more cover and protection to recover / run away. For your Hunter, you can simply roll away and get to cover. Or 3, with the Warlock, you can heal yourself so you could be ready for the next gunfight. So remember to use those utilities after being frozen. There's also some other things as well. So for options, if you are completely vulnerable, you want to get out of the thing as much as possible. Even though you're frozen, you take damage, you gotta do that, okay? Also, there's the option of not breaking free and just waiting until you get out. Now, I have not tested this. I'm pretty sure if you were to break free, no matter what you do, you're going to take some damage, okay? So, I am going to confirm this, okay? But if you know, if you take damage even after breaking free, if you don't get out of it, then you could call me out on it on the comment section below, okay? Let me know. We could definitely take some good tips from that, okay? And then, most importantly, we do have our armor. And what I mean by that is stats. Apparently, resilience does help out with how much damage we take by breaking free from the stasis, okay? So, make sure you have high recovery and high resilience armor to make sure you could not be punished by that as much as possible. So, remember to do all these things and you'll be good to go, guys. So that's basically the biggest tips I can come from. I've done this. It definitely makes it a lot easier to go against stasis. And guys, just Nova Bomb, okay? Nova Bomb to the face, you're good to go. Or use like the Titan, like, you know, Way of the Missile, the Yeet Titan. You could definitely get some good results from that as well. Because it's hard to use the stasis abilities if you're going a million miles an hour towards them at their face. So just remember that there are some ways to counter it, and the best ways I've discovered is using Golden Gun far away. Just shoot them while using their supers, or get them without seeing them. Use the Nova Bomb to shut down their supers, and also use the missile, the Way of the Missile super, in order to take them out while they're using their supers as well. So just remember, countering and counter-countering, I guess you could say. So keep that in mind. What's up, Susie? Alright, so there is one last thing I must say, and there is going to be a couple of glitches that I find totally unacceptable. Honestly, out of all the glitches that's been going on, I really hate like 2 of them, and really all of them are actually pretty fun. Like freaking Titan skating is back, boys. So, number one thing. This is just reported today, as of me recording this, that apparently there's a glitch / damage phase thing going on with Warlocks, where you could do as much damage as possible just by spamming a special ability with the super, okay? That's not cool. That could literally change the results of 4 raids, okay? Now, I'm pretty sure this subclass isn't made for damage dealing. It's more for control and freezing, okay? So, if you have all the utilities for freezing people as well as causing damage towards a boss, then guess what? That is unbalanced. That's going to cause loads of ruckus. It's basically a necessity of not having any weapons made for DPS for this bot, for any bosses whatsoever. So just remember that, Bungie, if you're watching this, please get rid of that automatically before the raid comes. It's going to cause loads of ruckus, guys. So yeah, that definitely needs to get fixed. Second thing is, I know that we actually made a video about mods, and we actually discussed how Taken mods are not going to be available with the exception of the Last Wish raid, okay? Apparently some mods are still available for other activities besides the Last Wish, and that includes Gambit. Now, one of the biggest mods out there is Taken Armaments. When you take out a Taken, you have a high chance of getting ammo. And that ammo is going to be heavy ammo. And that heavy ammo is going to be used for taking out bosses, using Xenophage to take on Guardians to wipe their party, using Iganagi's Burden to go ahead and, oh, that's another thing, by the way, using Truth, using Truth to get your opponents out of the way. Completely unbalanced. That needs to be changed immediately. No Taken armaments need to be used in this game besides Last Wish. So Bungie, please fix that, okay? That is one of the very few things I feel that needs to be nerfed. It made Gambit such an issue for the longest time. And now we still have it to this day, even with more restrictions. So that means it's way more powerful. So, get rid of this mod for Gambit, we will be fine. And also, apparently there's going to be some people are asking for more adjustments for Xenophage as well as Iganagi's Burden. Yeah, you could definitely have that. I feel that what you could simply do is simply restrict Iganagi's Burden's ammo that you can carry during Gambit, as well as how much times you could stack it every time you have it with you. So yeah, I do would like to see some adjustments as well because I use Iganagi's all the time with Crucible. I'm sorry, with Gambit, and it can cause a big ruckus, especially if someone is invading. But hey, if you have Truth or Xenophage that you could use to go against, if you're an invader, then if you're the invadee, I guess you could say, then you have Iganagi's, which I don't know, counter against counter. You know what I mean? So yeah, basically this video is gonna be the good, the bad, and the ugly. So overall, I'm loving this expansion. I'm loving how the activities are really good. I love the quests. The quests are definitely interesting. The exotics, S tier. I love the exotics in this game. It makes things overpowered, but it makes things fun. I can't wait until I get my hands on some of these exotics, and it's definitely going to be fun making builds for them. So I can't wait to show these to you guys. I'm going to show you some really cool stuff, and if you feel a bit impatient like I am, just look at Inroar. In fact, I'm probably going to link his channel down below. Check him out for certain builds. I follow him like a little puppy. So just check him out if you want some awesome builds. I am making some other builds as well. And then I love fragments as well as enhancements for the subclass as well. It gives you more freedom. And what they do is they have the quests, basically have a quest that's available for each ability for the stasis. So every time you get a new fragment or a new aspect, then you feel good because you work so hard to get that point. So I already got a couple of them already. I just want to get them all on my all of my subclasses, all my characters, and then finally I definitely need to upgrade my characters as well in order to get to the highest light level possible. So that is it, guys. I'm probably gonna go ahead and give Beyond Light an 8 out of 10. I gave Shadowkeep a 7 out of 10, but Beyond Light 8 out of 10. I love the new subclasses, except for maybe PvP. Definitely need some more balancing, but hey, that's how an expansion works, so hopefully this will be patched up in no time. So that is it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have some value from this video. Make sure you go ahead to like, comment, and subscribe, and comment below what is your most favorite part in Beyond Light, and if you haven't played yet, then simply why is that the case? Is it because, it's not afforded with money, or is it just because you're not interested in stasis? So just let me know in the comment section. Thank you guys for watching. God bless. I'll see you next time. Have an awesome day.